26.
Oh, wait, you didn't do the intro.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Resolve. So, last time we finished off the investigation portion. Shamspear is actually alive, and Sosuke is being tried for attempted murder, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going back to court. And oh boy, I'm excited. Alright, lead us off.
22nd February, 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. My
Bailiffs, I miss you.
happiest days.
The Old Bailey. This place makes me want to die. Makes me feel strange. I seem to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat all at the same time. Well, I didn't think I'd be back here so soon.
That's my line.
Is that Sosuke? Good morning. Good
Hey,
morning,
bestie.
Mr. Natsume. It was only 2 days ago that I was declared not guilty here, but here I am.
Again, guilty.
Yes, somehow he managed to prove that he didn't stab Miss Green in the back. But now this? Another I was about to say morning. Morning, another murder, and here I am again in this hellhole. Can't keep coming to court.
Or can you?
I think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed. Oh, you're here.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Tomato.
I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh, never mind, you have worse news. Who is that? Mr. Natsume, don't look now, but... Well,
Yeah.
sorry, you can look now. You're standing in court.
Yes, morning.
So,
Morning.
here we are again.
Yes, very fucking funny. Again.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, why is she laughing? That's wild.
Look at where we're at.
Judicial Assistant Miss Miko Toma Esquires. What's the bad news?
Oh,
I'm gonna commit
well,
another
you're
murder.
you. Oh dear, you heard, did you?
No. You come in shouting at the top of your voice. People can't help hearing what you say.
I don't get very loud. Oh, I am sorry.
You've done nothing wrong, Miss Susato. Now, what is it?
I'm gonna tell you.
Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial is someone you can't fucking beat, so good luck.
Is it not still Von Zeeks?
It's probably still on Zeeks.
We'll be led by
Yeah,
Lord
shocker.
Barack von Zeeks.
Lord Barack
Dun,
Obama.
dun, dun.
Von Zeeks?
The only prosecutor in the
Yeah.
area.
No.
Yeah, your ass
Dude,
is grass, dude.
You survived a trial by him already.
You're basically a stain at this point.
Hello.
Hello, you fucking guy.
I mean, I know these are two separate games that were released a few years within each other, so I know why they're going back and being like, it's the Reaper of the Bailey. But we're playing these back to back, so it's kind of funny. The so-called Reaper of the Bailey, the most legendary prosecutor in the land. Wow, what a man. In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued Sosuke-san relentlessly. Of course, by the skin of our teeth and my balls. We managed to pull through, but still.
Perhaps Mr. Natsume's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter after all. Oh,
Yes.
after all.
I know what you're thinking. The legend of the Reaper that says, nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
Von Zeeks is the prosecutor. Oh no. Yeah, you're gonna end up like McGilden.
That even that if that person is found not guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end one way or another.
And we've experienced it firsthand. Sucks to be that guy. The man we successfully defended meant the most terrifying end after his acquittal right here in the Old Bailey. Why did he stroll in there?
I don't know.
Do I have to put up with those ice-cold eyes boring into my soul again? Cursed by evil spirits and now by the Reaper. Petrifying perils, potentially.
Well, if it's potentially, at least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsume.
No. Locums to Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? I'm innocent. You have to believe me. You, more than anyone now.
I
You're-
love that phrase so much.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're making a terrible case for yourself. I'll be your
Pleading.
steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle. I promise. I guess. And this promises to be a hard battle, I fear. Hang on.
Hey, look at this.
We only have 6 pieces of evidence?
And we're gonna go toe to toe with Barack Obama.
Bro. We are not prepared.
Look at this soap. What do you have to say about
Like, we
that?
barely got anything.
Well, We're fucked. The trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom.
Scheduled.
Scheduled.
Let's go. I said let's go.
Oh yes, I forgot to say. I'm afraid he won't be able to make it. Mr. Sholmes, I mean.
When is he ever?
I know, when is he ever in court? If in this game we get him in court, I'm gonna cry.
That would
It's
be
gonna be
funny.
so funny.
That's probably for the best.
Oh,
If he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. And
What
that could be
help?
seen as a weakness. If Lord Von Zieks were to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly. At least, that's my gut feeling.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Tomato, you're right. Yes, you're so right. Oh, well said, locum student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. Well said. I swear on the sword at my side, and on the spirit of Cosmo that it harbors. That was a lot
Sword
of
of my
S's.
yeah. I swear,
on
the sword on my side,
and on
that on the spirit of Cosmo.
that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do. I'll set you free with honor.
Oh yes.
The bailiff didn't say anything this time?
Sword.
Wow.
Get in here.
Get the fuck in here.
Oh.
22nd February, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom.
Ah, back in the saddle.
What?
There I see only one
I
new juror?
know.
Really? In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. Oh god, I hate all these jurors. Why are you back? I now call upon the counsel for the prosecution and the defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Hello. The prosecution is ready. Still as edgy as ever. Defense is ready, my lord. Readiness for the trial, my learned Japanese friend, is not what the defense needs. What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeat, as I'm going to skewer you.
Please don't.
It's
I'm gonna
really
pretend
there.
you didn't just say that.
It's not just my imagination. It's really there. Lord Von Zieks has such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason. Oh, you're here.
It was some time ago now that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe.
I don't know why. I feel like this background looks different.
It looks a little more high def.
I
Maybe
feel
a
like
little
the
more
lighting-
detail.
Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know.
Maybe.
These past few years, he hasn't appeared in court at all.
Yet now he's back in the courtroom? Though for some reason. Only when I'm defending. Now you put that together. This Reaper with his curious disdain for us Japanese. Prosecutor shrouded in mystery. What a dick. Still, this isn't the time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Sosuke-san's trial. Furthermore,
I have
now
to
call
focus
upon-
on passing away of old age.
I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentle fucks of the jury. Damn it! You have been chosen at random.
No, you
No,
haven't.
have
You
not.
haven't been chosen at random. It's the
Sorry.
same fucking people from the last
Yeah,
trial.
bullshit.
He just pulls up a list and goes, yeah, let's call these guys up again because no one else is free for jury
Oh my
duty.
god. Nervous of the will to people in this trial. We're ready to fulfill your... Yeah, let's see how random they are. Wow,
Wow, I've
shocker.
never seen that guy before.
Absolutely. I have a feeling this Larrikin wasn't innocent before.
Shut the hell up.
What,
Why?
you-
Why didn't they change them?
He definitely should not be here because he was on Sosuke's trial last time.
Yeah, and he was literally. Yeah, okay, whatever.
I'm so pissed.
I must say that I feel especially ruthless on days that my hat refuses to sit right.
And this fucking dude.
I love him though.
Oh,
He can come back
well.
anytime.
Well, I rather like how you're wearing your hat. I think the ruthless look is very fetching, actually. This one's new.
Who are you? I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick.
No, you're not going through her again. Welcome to Great Ball. I need to
Yeah,
take
what
out
the
5 pot
fuck?
tonight.
You
All
are
the misses
all
go to
the
roof.
same.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here. I can't wait to roast your ass. His lead is flocked.
How
in
has
righteous
the Lord not
verdict.
taken you into his light yet? You should be dead.
Yeah.
The British jury system is so different from ours. Why is everyone the same?
I feel like they just didn't want to make new characters.
Leal? Real.
It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of the 6 same members of the last
With the
fucking
exception
trial.
of, with the exception of one.
And that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt.
6 citizens of London, chosen at random even though they weren't. Or at least that's the idea.
That one lady in the middle looks expensive.
The prosecution would like to draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. So why are we picking the same jurors? A Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been asked to return for duty today. Really? Why? Very well, let us commence the trial. Lord Von Zieks, your opening statement, please. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese before has had dire consequences, you fucking moron. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in that affair?
No.
Far from it. What was he repenting for? He didn't do anything. Instead, he has used his freedom to perpetrate a blood-curdling crime.
Yeah.
Namely, that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime.
Von Zieks, what the
Prosecution
fuck
calls
was
his
that?
first fucking witness to the stand.
Dress up here.
Wow, you're throwing it off right at the start?
He means business.
The detective responsible for investigating the scene and the accused himself. Raw. Great. The best duo we can ask for. Witnesses, your names and occupations, please.
This is gonna be a wreck.
It is. Yes, sir. Fuck. Tobias Gregson,
Has-
Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide.
Has
Division.
Gregson been on the banister at all?
Yeah, he was. He was in the 5th case.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Ryunosuke Natsume from the Empire of Japan. My government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and crime. I actually partake in their crimes.
I thought you said to study your language and cry, and I was like, that's
That
so
too.
fucking funny.
And cry.
To study your language and cry.
Fuck. Yes, my lord, sir. I'm quite
Get
sure.
out.
I'm not mistaken that you swore an oath never to set foot in my courtroom again, but here you are. I remember as if
We
it were
would have you
yesterday.
deported immediately. I hate you.
That's the day before, in fact, my lord. But close enough, idiot.
You
Believe
stupid butthole.
This is the last place I want to be with all of these British people.
I'm gonna
Inspector,
pretend you didn't just say
let's
that.
hear from you first. Explain the case for the court.
I'm gonna rip your lungs.
Right you are, sir.
Right you
basically,
are.
This fucking, I don't know, bug was,
I
roaming
love
around.
lungs.
The incident occurred at the Garrett household where the defendant has his lodgings. Yeah. In the ground floor room of the victim, Mr. William Shamspeare. Talk about a sham. The defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question. Mr. Shamspeare collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by I don't know what the fuck that is, but he was found following more in where the landlord suspected something was wrong and broke down the door. And, yeah.
Ooh,
This
angry.
means, I presume that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident. Yes, correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit the room impossible. Although the victim, Mr. Shamspeare, lives to tell tale, he very nearly didn't. I wish he'd had died. It was halfway to heaven when we first found him.
No one came in to finish the job, unfortunately.
I was the first officer on the scene, my lord.
You're the only officer around.
Yeah, and I have a photographic print here that I took at the time to show how it looked.
It's a selfie.
Wow. Yes, a chilling scene indeed. The man looks very much deceased. That's right, but he's not. President, principal
Yeah,
is
that
exactly
dude
what
looks
he
super dead.
was. He looks very dead. Very well, I shall accept this photographic print as evidence for the court. Thank you. Print the scene by police on their arrival. Victim is unconscious, having been present. Now then, Mr. Natsume. Yes, yes, yes! As the
Stop
defendant,
singing.
shut the fuck up. Do you have anything to say at this juncture? There. Haunted by evil spirits. Good gracious. What's haunted? My lodgings. There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. The tenant before me died in mysterious circumstances. A woman was stabbed by no one on the street outside. My neighbor was poisoned. And me. What about me? I've nearly been killed countless times. Killed, Mr. Natsume? How? Even on that fateful night, it happened. When I returned from Mr. Shamspeare's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed. But before long...
What the fuck?
Why? It blew up? The stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me. That makes
Was
no
he
sense.
I assume he was probably just trying to heat his house, but that sounds like such a bad idea.
Yeah, you must extinguish all fires before returning firing for the night, you idiot. but it's so cold. My runny nose would freeze.
Oh my god.
The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Oh, why am I being accused of this? Why is my existence so cursed? Balls.
Because you tried to blow up your apartment.
Thank you, witnesses. I believe I have a reasonably clear picture of events. Thank you, bye. If I can raise one more point, my lord.
You
one
may
more conclusive point. Okay, go on. Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, has regained consciousness after his ordeal. And he has named the true culprit.
I thought it said he is named the true culprit. I was like, damn.
The poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. And it was totally you. Tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused. The accused? Good grief. Yes. Haha.
Vlunzy thinks he has this, like, so solved right now. Do you
Yeah.
know how weird that would... Like, it would be too simple.
It would. Yes, that's the crux of this whole case. If Sosuke-san is innocent, then why? Why has the victim accused him? Well, Mr. Natsume, what have you to say to this accusation?
I didn't do it.
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shakespeare's room as a gift. I think this might be the only case in the series where we've actually had someone basically alive, like the victim is alive and is actively accusing the defendant. I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited his room. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I brought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again. Fuck that guy. The public pump was frozen, you say?
That's not information we've heard before.
You never will. That will do, thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses now for a formal testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection. I do. None whatsoever, my lord. I win. Okay, that's not... no. Then you will give your account of the events on the night in question to the court, now. Yes, my lord.
Yee.
Why the fuck?
Well, I hate it here.
Oh my god. A catastrophic night. Fucking... It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my
No, it
neighbor.
wasn't.
And I took some tea with me as a gift. Objection. We had a heated,
Objection, you're wrong.
we had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink. Who had the higher power level, Juliet or Romeo? After which I went back to my room around 11. Oh, my tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he?
Respectfully, Your Honor, my client didn't fucking do that.
Strychnine takes some time to have effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands. Shut up. I don't like the way you said that. Yes, I see. It all seems relatively straightforward.
Excuse me, but... Die.
I don't want you to talk.
Excuse me, but that testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think.
What's that?
Don't do that.
I'm troubled.
Mr. Natsume claims his tea to have been harmless. Presumably, though.
Really?
The teacups have been examined for traces of poison, haven't they?
Why didn't I think of that? I'm a little dumb.
I'm a little dumb.
Yeah, we know. Well, as it happens, no, we haven't been
But
able
when
to.
you say it...
Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect's substance.
Bring out
What
the...
is wrong with you?
Bring out the victim and let me smell his breath.
How could you overlook something so important? Is that the first thing you should have done, you ninny?
You ninny.
You cotton-headed ninny muggins?
You know what
Listen
the
here.
fuck?
I learned Nipponese friend is faultily incensed. What? What does that mean?
Whatever
The
you want it to
inspectors
be.
at Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea. Nothing was overlooked. Stupid. Unable? Why? Because there was none left, you idiot. Not a single
Never do
drop.
an
So all
anime
the-
style laugh at me ever again. I'll rip your mouth off. Your whole mouth. I'll just fucking rip it off.
There was none left, not a drop. The tea is currently in his balls. Peter stored in the balls, so there's no way of examining it
Please
ever.
turn the walls.
Someone must have been very thirsty indeed, thirsty fuck. With current scientific
What?
techniques, it's not possible to test the poison under such circumstances. We only needed a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, you idiot. I'm not liking the animosity in this courtroom. The lack of examination notwithstanding. It appears nothing other than the tea passed the victim's lips, so...
This literally just makes me think, like, that idiot doesn't think I know what the inside of his mouth tastes like.
Yeah. I see, thank you. The matter is clear. Yeah, this idiot thinks I don't know what the inside of his mouth tastes like. Light and L. My favorite Death Note cast. Cast your eyes over the jury, my lord friend. What? You could see it in their faces, I'm sure.
You
The
guys need
recognition
to
the
get
accused
out
did.
of here.
Yeah, why is she even here? If you wanted everybody from the previous trial, why did you ask that woman? Your client's fate is all but sealed. Ha. Ha! In mere moments from now, you will be fucked. You will lose and your compatriot will be down for all eternity. Ha ha ha. He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. Maybe I should stab them. But I can't let them beat me down. I won't. Yes, you will. Counsel for the defense, proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Alright. Will you tell the truth? The catastrophic night. Alright.
Hold it!
Were you and your neighbor good friends then? No.
No, I hated him.
No, we weren't friends. Not at all. Not at all. I hated him. Never, ever.
I know, literally, you don't have to drive it home. It makes you look so suspicious, bro.
A simple no would have sufficed. Then, why did you decide to pay him a visit?
To tell him how much I hate him.
Mr. Shakespeare fancies himself as having a great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature, we find much to talk about together. Oh my god.
Then why do you hate him so much?
Come now, no Nipponese could understand the finer points of English literature.
Damn.
And on the night in question, that was the topic of conversation as well, I presume. It was the day of my last trial, when I was acquitted. I just arrived back at my lodgings, when I ran into Mr. Shakespeare outside on the street. That was at around 6 o'clock. We exchanged 1 or 2 pleasantries, but it soon turned into a heated discussion. I ran my hands around his neck. He was on his way out at the time, though. So I promised to visit his room that evening at 9 to continue our debate. But did I have ill intentions?
Yes.
No, not 1, not 2, not any. Not at all. Never, ever.
A simple no would have sufficed, I feel.
Then tell the court what did happen when you visited the victim's room, moron. Well, dickhead.
Hold it! Hold it.
Literary
Good one.
debate. About Shakespeare's works, I think you said. Shakespeare. Ah, very worthy topic of conversation, I must say. I love him. I met the guy once. No, you didn't. Oh, yes, my lord. Romeo and Juliet. Who was stronger? It was a profoundly pleasurable parley. Romeo and Juliet, the fuck? Who was stronger? Me.
Obviously.
I know I'm going to regret asking this, but how did the debate go? We were doing power scaling. Well, we both agreed we would reach a conclusion more quickly than a reenactment. I said, what are his feats? So we acted that out. And Roman style, naturally, whatever that means. What? Mr. Shakespeare had all sorts of costumes in his room for just such a contest. So when you say a reenactment, you mean you were actually in costume. Wait a second. So is this... So this has to do with Romeo and Juliet. So did somebody poison the drink to simulate how
Oh my fucking
Romeo killed
god.
himself?
Why would they do that?
He is Romeo, I is Juliet, and after a vigorous wild tussle, I as Juliet came out on top. A victory I'll cherish forever. What the hell? I feel
Why?
like this
When
is
you
gonna
get
follow
too
the
into
story.
your roleplay?
I dare not imagine the terrible scene of carnage. The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct? Yeah. I boiled the water in my room and made a pot to take with me. I heard that he was too poor to have tea himself. You see. It's true. There was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room. In his mouth. I wanted to do something nice. To be friendly.
So I killed him.
So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? My tea was harmless. Of course it was. And do you have any basis for that statement, witness? No.
This is so funny. Hold it!
Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there? That's correct. Anyone would think the fellow had never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. Which is a pity because I wanted some. One drop was all he would have needed to analyze it for poison, but you know, he was a thirsty dick. And you say that you returned home to your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Natsume. Yes, definitely. By heaven and earth, I swear it. Liar. The landlord was able to verify that, as it happens. He confirmed that the defendant went back to his room at 11 that night. And how was the landlord able to attest to this? He was there. He set it into the lamps, I believe. The lamps, Inspector. When tenants return to their rooms and start using gas, the lamps in other parts of the house flicker. That's crazy.
Yes. Sorry, I was playing with my nail.
Well,
Yes, Mr. Garradeb seems to pay a lot of attention to the comings and goings of his tenants.
There's only one key to Mr. Shakespeare's room. I know that for certain. So he must have locked the door himself, from inside his room.
the victim has confirmed that to be the case, yes.
So I'm right. My tea was harmless. Ha, completely harmless, I win. If you take poison, you die. Everyone knows that.
No,
Not this guy.
it's not that simple, I'm afraid. I mean, I'm still here.
What do you mean?
I drink poison all the time.
I'm basically a god.
How long does it take for symptoms to appear then? According to the coroner I was speaking to at the yard, about 30 minutes after the poison is consumed. Then the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping, and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation.
Jesus Christ.
So there's a 30-minute interval between when the poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. There seem to be a lot of different types of poison in the world, that's for sure.
So how did he...
Like Cure Air.
How did he
How did he
wake
live?
back up? Yeah, is it because he ate the soap? I'm so
I don't
confused.
know.
Oh dear, death by poisoning again. It's always so awful.
30 minutes is a long time.
Thank you for telling me.
Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left, and long enough for me to kill someone.
You can't deny that. It further degrades his alibi. I have the medical report from the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord. It spells it out, really. The accused is the only person who could have done it. Very well. The court will add this report to the court record as evidence.
Give it to me.
Mentions the poison as well as other details gleaned during the police investigation.
Oh yes, I see it here. Delayed onset of delayed onset of symptoms.
Great. Yep. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands. I'm not wrong.
The argument still stands, you say?
I think not. That's what Mr. Natsume was saying, hasn't it? The pair of them drank tea together that night, so if there was poison in it, I would know. The victim wouldn't have been able to lock the door after the accused left later on.
That is true.
Exactly. Me and my tea are innocent. Sweet and innocent, I tell you.
No. I'm afraid, sir, that doesn't follow. You see, strychnine, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, is a slow-acting poison. In other words, it takes time for symptoms to appear. So you're a little stupid. So you could have left the room up to 30 minutes after the victim drank the tea. And as long as you did that, Mr. Shakespeare could have locked the door after you're gone.
But no! We drank the tea straight away. Battle over whether Romeo or Juliet was stronger. That came after the tea.
Do you have any evidence to support that statement?
No. Do you have evidence to support my fist in your face? In my great homeland, the Empire of Japan, we have a saying. Die. Drink tea while it's hot.
Sure, a proverb will satisfy the prosecution.
Oh my god.
I'm afraid there's no conclusive proof to support the defendant's assertion. On the contrary, there are sufficient grounds to infer his guilt in the matter.
No.
That's the extent of their testimony, is it? Well, we're screwed.
Yes, we are. If I could voice a personal opinion, Mr. Naruhodo.
No!
Of course, go ahead, Tomato.
Mr. Natsume is arguing for his innocence so adamantly and so persistently. Yet Inspector Gregson just brushes what he says aside. It's really quite infuriating.
I agree, I have a mind to kill him. So we need to find an inconsistency in what the inspector is saying, I think.
I'm afraid so. As things stand, the jurors are sure to find Mr. Natsume guilty.
As I see it, what we need to focus on is the poison in the tea. Let's listen carefully to his testimony again.
Yes.
Alright, so the poison or the tea, and it's something that the inspector's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking
What
it.
did the last one say? Because that also mentioned the tea.
The victim would be perfectly able to lock the door after he gets left. The party still stands. Alright, victim's medical report. Cause of coma. Ingestion of a small quantity of strychnine. Strychnine. I still don't know how to say that. I don't know if it's pronounced
I think
strychnine.
it's strychnine. I don't know.
Strychnine?
I have
Like
no idea.
strychening? I don't know.
The strychening.
I don't even know if that's a real word.
Okay,
Anyway,
wait, so no sample could be obtained for testing even though we had the teacup there?
There was no drops in there.
Oh.
High likelihood of the substance having been mixed with the tea the victim was drinking, but no sample could be obtained for testing. The poisoning incident occurred around 1:30 a.m. on 21st February. Assessed for the victim's pocket watch and appears to have broken when the man collapsed after delayed onset of the symptoms. No
Oh,
detainment for the
so
poisoning
we don't
story.
know what time he actually, like, quote-unquote died?
No.
1:30 a.m. was when the poison was ingested. Is there a clock in that picture? Yeah,
Hang
there's
on.
like tea around the rim, yeah.
This must be the cup that Mr. Shamsby was drinking from then. It's stained on the inside.
Tea does that, I'm afraid. Even green tea.
Green tea.
Green tea?
Oh, really? Never noticed before.
You've never noticed?
Well, I'm a little dumb. I never leave it in the cup long enough to leave a mark. I like to gulp it down. Drink tea while it's hot. That's the Japanese way, isn't it?
Oh dear, so many people seem to have the wrong idea about our culture, and most of them are Japanese.
Okay, I guess the ring isn't good enough for them.
This is the teacup from which Mr. Natsume was drinking.
Yes, unlike the other one. The inside of the cup is completely clean.
I suppose he must have drunk the contents before the tea had a chance to leave a mark.
I always gulp it down too.
Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, if you just sip little by little, it goes cold.
Clearly, I shall have to instruct you the proper way to make tea.
To take tea. Oh, okay, so now it updated. There's no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup. So that
Okay,
probably
yeah.
has to do with one of their statements.
Yeah. It probably has to do with the bit where it's talking about, like, nothing available for testing.
The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door. Visiting my neighbor took the tea with me. Had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink. But I'll do a quick save. Some saves. Because I mean, he's saying here that we had a heated debate over a nice hot drink, but there's nothing in his.
Wait, also, that doesn't make any sense. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, but Shamspear passed out at 1:30 a.m. He walked back to his room at 11?
Oh,
So
yeah.
Sosuke went back to his room at 11, even though Shamspear passed out at 1:30 a.m.? That makes
Alright, let me
zero
try
sense.
this first. Objection! Damn it. You heard the grounds remain suspicious.
You're
No.
sus.
Well, you know, I was just playing devil advocate. I don't even think you know what that word means.
Spoken like a true man.
Okay. Well, I thought it was going to be that. So I guess it has to do with what the inspector's saying. That's what Sato mentioned. Take some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it.
Was it not the bit about the no... Which one did you just do? The bit where there was nothing left for testing?
I said this one. He's saying that they had a nice hot drink, but there was no tea in his, like, no tea ring in his cup.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Oh,
What is it, Mr. Naruhodo?
this bar of soap. When we first found it, I could have sworn there was some sort of round disc in this depression here. A reddish one.
Yes, you're right. I remember it too. But now the depression is completely empty.
Where could the disc have gone?
Oh.
A little reddish medallion from the center has mysteriously vanished. I don't think we'll be able to present that on anything, though.
No.
I wonder if that had to do with the poison. Man, I'm stuck.
Okay. The victim would have been left. Strychnine takes... Well, do that and then do the T ring.
Objection!
Yeah, it's definitely not that. Last name is wrong.
Listen to what I said!
What?
Do the... I said do the T. The T ring. Oh.
You're a dumbass.
Okay, well, what have
Okay,
we
well, it's none of
presented so
those.
far?
It has to do with either the tea or the poison. So I guess it has to be on this one. The victim would have been able to perfectly lock the door after his guest left there.
We already tried the time thing with that.
No, we haven't yet. Really?
Oh, okay, so I would have been right.
I'm
Yippee,
confused.
yippee, I'm so smart, yippee.
The argument still stands, you say. I think not, Inspector. Come again? I think you'll find that you've overlooked a very significant chronological inconsistency here. Chrono what? What are you on
Chromosome?
about? Well, according to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 in the morning. And yet, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, left the victim's room at 11.
Yeah, woohoo!
Okay.
I was right. Let's go.
Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there. In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsume brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it 2.5 full hours after the defendant left? I don't know why. I was under the impression that like the tea was left there and then he drank it and had already locked the door after he left. Why do you?
That was really
Why are you
funny.
guys like mirroring each
They're
other?
best friends now.
The defense's argument is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, Lord Vazis? Yeah, let me take this real quick.
This is how I feel about that.
I'm gonna toss this. Delectable. Succulent. Pray forgive the discourtesy if my mind has wandered. I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hallowed chalice in this luncheon.
Can you speak English?
How could it have happened, you ask? Well, bitch.
How do you have an answer for this? This
I
is the
do.
one thing about Ace Attorney games is I'm always like, they lead with the, oh, this is what you said, huh? And I'm like, how could you possibly
Yeah.
negate this? And then they're like, bleh.
I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom
He's
idea.
gonna say it was PM, or he's gonna say something like, we don't know if it was the PM
Yeah.
or the AM. And I'm like, well, let's fucking ask then.
A phantom? It's just so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the accused had left.
Oh, and this is what you said.
Yeah, this is what
Okay.
I stated. For example, at the time stated in the medical report, yes, at around 1:30. That's why I was wondering why it would be a contradiction, because the prosecution could easily say he left the tea there.
Yeah, but for me, I'm like, what?
Like they were under the assumption that he drank the tea at 11.
I mean, but
Which-
my thing is, they were rehearsing together, and the tea was part of the rehearsal. Why would he wait for him to leave and then drink it? There's no
yeah.
point, you know?
Mr. Natsume brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan, there is a well-known saying, drink tea while it's hot.
Objection!
No.
I don't give a fuck.
And in my country, there is an even more apt saying, drink it cold. There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea. Wow.
I don't think that's true.
But the point is, you're fucking stupid. There was such a long gap. There may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned. Other possibilities, like how I'm gonna poison you with that wine. What sort of possibilities, counsel?
I gotta figure it out.
Well, for example, why the man could have had another visitor. You know, the other witness that we haven't called, who is probably the killer.
Ryu.
Or the attempted killer. Another visitor. That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend. From someone who has nothing to substantiate it.
From someone who has no subs.
Or the victim could have taken the poison of his own volition. Unless if there's another witness in this case we haven't seen yet.
Well, I'm trying to think of who would even...
Like, it's literally would just be that
the dude.
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
the
the
only person
window
it
guy.
could be is the dude who's staring in the window. And that makes it very obvious, because it wouldn't be Sosuke, unless they're going to introduce another witness in that second half of this case.
But then it's like, how would we even bring that up? Because it's just gonna be Ryu being like, I saw some dude
Yeah.
staring in the window, and they're gonna be like, okay, do you know anything about the guy, or his name, or where he's at? And he's gonna be like, no.
Yeah. Your suggestions may have been a suicide counsel.
Objection!
Wait, I was supposed to have an accent there. Mr. Shakespeare has categorically denied suicide. The idea can and must be discounted.
Objection!
But he could be lying. What?
Yeah,
Why?
okay, so could you. I hate it here.
There's something wrong, Lord Von Zeeks.
Yeah, your face.
I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. Pray, forgive the discourtesy. Carriage? What carriage? Ashley Graydon is on it.
What's the point of this one, like, random juror being here? I wonder
I
what
don't
her
know.
relation is to this.
It would seem that the key player in this case has just arrived. It's either Shamspear, it's probably Shamspear, or
It's
the
gotta
other
be
guy.
Shamspear. He's
Hold
gonna
it.
come, like, hobbling in.
Ha ha ha! It is me, the sham. Out, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow.
Oh my fucking god.
A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more.
Struts and frets.
The most animated I've seen Ace Attorney.
It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Who the fuck are you?
William Shakespeare, my lord. Alas, 'twas I, undone by these bitter events. I am the victim.
What? What's he doing here? Wow, we're actually having the victim testify. I think this is the first. The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. With this testimony, my learned friend's futile resistance will be utterly crushed.
You're calling him as a witness?
I mean, yeah, he was a witness to his own attempted murder. Very well, counsel, I grant your request with interest. I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself.
Ah, I love it here.
He's so animated.
Happy am I, Shakespeare, to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord. What? I still have my own tale to tell, my own tale of worse woe. I can regale the court with the tale of perfect innocence, in perfect English.
No. That will do, Mr. Natsume. Let the court now hear from the victim.
This is interesting.
So basically,
You! Okay, we don't even know your name. How the fuck did they get you in here?
Yeah, why is he here? Alright, so that's Mr. Shamspear. Who's that
Did he
other
ride
guy?
in with him?
Yeah.
What is this weird relationship that they have?
What the hell's going on?
Oh my god.
Yes, I feel sure that we've caught a glimpse of that man before.
Hey, fucker.
What's your name?
State your names and occupations for the court, please, witnesses.
I'm some guy. Oh, you met
a
him.
writer of words so sweet, they do scent the breeze. An inventor of ideas so profound, they compose the earth. The unrivaled poet, the unmatched scribe, William Shakespeare. With a great bard to be recalled to life anew, lo, what a magnificent man. Good fellows, I am he who ponders such a miracle, William Shakespeare.
Oh,
Meter
name's
man.
Meterman. Adrian B. Meterman. Is there a pun in this?
Adron B.
Adrian B. Meterman? Adrian B. Meterman? Adrian B. Meterman? Adron B. Meterman?
I'm trying to say it slowed.
Yeah. I work for the Altamont Gas Company, East End Branch Office.
Adron B. Meterman. Adron B. Meterman.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the meter man.
Adron
Maybe like the
B.
meter man. It's just a
Andron.
joke.
B. Meterman. I don't have enough brain power for this.
Ah, I remember now. It was yesterday on Briar Road.
Oh yes, she's right. It's him.
It's him.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, what's this? What's that man doing over there? It looks like he's trying to see into Sosuke-san's lodgings. Weirdo.
I'm trying to find out what his pun is.
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo?
Excuse me. Can we have a word? Oh,
No.
boy. I don't know. I guess his last name has to do with, like, you know, because they were
A
gas.
drone B. Meter man.
Huh?
I don't get it. A drone B. Meter man.
Is that supposed to be his pun?
Yeah, a drone B.
A drone being
Meter man.
I don't know. Yes, we spotted him from outside Mr. Garrett's house that morning. He's a gas company. I know it has to do with the fact that he's a gas company employee. What does he have to do with this case? Sorry, Mr. William Shakespeare. You are the victim in this miserable affair, correct?
Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? That sweet poison did cross me, and cross mine innocent lips.
Oh, I mean, so it looks like it's just a drone bee, like a drone bee, like that's his animal personality type thing, and then the meter man obviously is like what his job is. So I guess we'll take a look at what he's wearing and see if there's a reason why he's a drone bee.
I subpoenaed him for the trial, with his doctor's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony of the aggrieved will remove any room for doubt of the jurors' minds, I'm sure.
Behold, you have only to rearrange the letters of my name to see that me is a seraph, an angel indeed. Thus be I noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily honest of heart, as all heavenly angels be.
I hate you. Because there isn't a less contrived meaning in your name? No, not at all.
The jurors seem to be very moved by this man. I'm
I'm gonna move my
Afraid.
fist into his mouth.
I love him.
I love this guy. They're actually taking the Seraph anagram idea seriously? Well, what a pansy. Okay.
I love this guy.
For your illuminating introductions. My lord, what's the man next to Mr. Shamspeare doing here? The gasman, I believe.
I mean, I guess he looks like a little bit like a bee, I guess.
Oh, what, me? Well now. Allow me to enlighten my learned friend. You recall, I presume, your earlier impertinence. When you suggested that the victim had another visitor to his room on the night in question. And moreover, the victim is a compulsive liar. What? No, I didn't quite say that. This young chin-stroker is here to controvert your wild claims, conclusively. Is that not so, Mr. Meterman? Yeah, hang on, no, I'm just here. I hereby call for your formal testimonies. You will tell the court as loosely as possible what happened on the night in question.
One may smile, and be a villain. Yes, it doth pain me, but let the truth be spoken, the truth of that wintry night on my discontent.
I won't be here.
Don't.
The wintry night on my discontent. And it looks like this is the perfect place to wrap up this episode.
Yeehaw.
So next time on the Great Ace Attorney Resolve, we're going to cross-examine William Shamspeare and a drone dude.
A drone dude.
B. Meterman. Actually, how old is this guy?
40.
31.
Damn.
He's
Okay.
young. He doesn't look young. Looks like a Leighton character, though.
He does look like a Leighton character for sure.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what he was doing peeking in there.
I don't know.
But now we know that he's like...
He's chucking on this gas.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if that could have to do with it.
I mean, honestly, it might.
Because they have a gas meter in there.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah. So as always, if you guys enjoyed and want to keep this series going, show us some love and support, you know what to do. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you all in the next episode.
episode.